Take me back to a place where I felt at home. Take me back.
The black sports motorcycle weaved skillfully through the busy street this afternoon. The rider wore a black full-face helmet, a hoodie, school pants, and a branded backpack. Many eyes were on the young man, especially girls his age. Particularly noticeable were the items he was wearing. People certainly knew the value of the square-shaped watch on his wrist. His name was Jungkook. The handsome young man rode his motorcycle into the apartment basement. After turning off the engine, he took off his helmet. Jungkook walked casually toward the elevator, not caring about his messy hair. He glanced briefly at the watch on his left hand before shoving both hands into his hoodie pockets. It didn't take long for him to be lounging on the sofa in front of the television. Jungkook took out his phone from his bag and held it horizontally. He sighed as someone called him. He sat up straight when he saw that it was his mother calling. "Yes, Mom, what's up?" "Jungkook, can you help my friend, Aunt Hira? She's moving to Bizen, but her youngest daughter doesn't want to go. She happens to go to the same school as you. Can she stay with you until you both graduate? I can't refuse her request because she has helped me a lot in the past." Jungkook quickly glanced around while wetting his lips. Honestly, he was a bit reluctant to have someone else in his apartment. "If I may ask, why is their family moving to Bizen?" On the other end, his mother smiled slightly. She understood that her son was reluctant, but what could she do? Their families used to be very close and helped each other a lot. The Park family had no relatives in Seoul, so their only hope was to leave their daughter with him. They're moving back to Bizen because her husband has returned to duty there, but Yin doesn't want to go because she's about to graduate. Jungkook rubbed his face. If it weren't for the fact that this family was a close friend of his parents, he wouldn't have thought twice about refusing. "Alright, it's fine, Mom. Thank you, dear. I felt bad about refusing. Plus, their youngest is a girl and they're worried about her being alone without anyone to look after her. Besides, you two go to the same school, so you can go to and from school together." "Alright then, I'll look after her while she's staying with me." "I'm glad to hear that. I'll let Hira know. She'll be so relieved to know you're willing to look after her daughter." After saying that, his mother ended the call. A girl's face flashed in his mind. He winced as he remembered that she was very spoiled and whiny. They went to the same school, but although they knew each other, they almost never spoke because they weren't in the same class, so their interactions were minimal. When they met or passed by each other, they only exchanged smiles. However, they knew each other well because their parents were friends. Also, Yin knew that Jungkook was one of the popular students at their school, and Jungkook knew that Yin was also a popular girl there. Just as Jungkook was picturing Yin's face, a message from his mother came in. "Aunt Hira will bring her daughter over tomorrow after you get back from school. Is that okay, Jungkook?" Jungkook quickly replied to his mother's text. "Sure, Mom. I'll come straight home tomorrow." A second later, Jungkook groaned. He was 100% sure that his peaceful and serene apartment would change after the girl's arrival. "I hope that girl isn't hard to manage, especially since I know she's really spoiled. I'm really going to be her babysitter here." Jungkook got up from the sofa and dragged his bag lazily into the study room. He organized the books for tomorrow's subjects. After that, he headed to his bedroom to take a shower. Only after showering did he make dinner. The apartment was very quiet, but Jungkook liked it. He wondered how it would be after Yin arrived tomorrow. The next day, Jungkook came home earlier than usual. He typically played basketball or hung out with his friends, but since his apartment was getting a new occupant today, he had to be there to welcome her. Earlier at school, Jungkook tried to find the girl who would be staying with him. Unfortunately, she was hard to find. According to his classmates, she often wandered around the school with her friends during breaks. Jungkook hurriedly opened the door to his apartment. He saw Hira and the girl chatting away while carrying a lot of stuff. "Mom, what if something happens to me? What if by the time you come back, your daughter already has a baby?" The girl immediately got a light slap on her arm. "Stop talking nonsense. Besides, shh, just come in." Jungkook forced a smile, trying not to look desperate, especially after hearing the chatter from the girl, who was about shoulder height to him. "Please, have a seat, Andy," he said, while helping to carry Yin's 3 very large suitcases. It really looked like she was moving house. There was also a very large brown teddy bear. Why didn't you tell me to sit? Just my mom? See, Mom, Jungkook already doesn't care about me. Yin." Jungkook took a deep breath and tried to give his sweetest smile, speaking as gently as possible. "Sit down, Yin." Finally, Yin sat down next to her mother, while Jungkook took a seat on the single sofa. "I'm sorry about Yin, Jungkook. She actually wants to live alone, but I didn't allow it. so it's a bit tricky dealing with her. Please take care of her. Yin isn't troublesome, but sometimes her mouth needs to be taped shut to stop her from babbling and whining. Mom, why are you talking about me like that? As expected, Yin started whining in protest, while Jungkook chuckled and nodded. After a bit of chatting, Yin's mother said her goodbyes. She gave some advice to Yin, hoping her daughter wouldn't trouble Jungkook too much and would be cooperative. Meanwhile, Yin nodded half-heartedly. Jungkook could see Yin's eyes starting to well up with tears, but she tried to appear fine. Not long after, Yin and Jungkook accompanied Yin's mom to the door. As she prepared to leave, she hugged her daughter tightly, who had been crying quietly. To lighten the mood and stop her daughter from feeling too sad, Hira made a comment before leaving. Oh, and don't let it break, Jungkook. Hira turned and winked at Jungkook before finally leaving. This left the young pair blushing deeply. Ugh, Mom, why did she have to say that? Yin grumbled to herself, even though her mom was no longer in sight. Jungkook just suppressed his smile. Alright, let's go in. Yin went inside first, followed by Jungkook, who locked the apartment door behind them. This is your bedroom. If you want to shower, use the outside bathroom. I don't have my own bathroom. I usually just walk around in a towel after a shower. That bathroom is yours alone. No one else will use it. My bathroom is in my bedroom. Now, go ahead and unpack your stuff. I'll make dinner. Jungkook started to leave, but Yin grabbed his arm. Help me unpack, please. I have 3 huge suitcases. Jungkook sighed, but started dragging her suitcases into the bedroom while Yin opened the wardrobe. What's in these? There's so much stuff. Well, of course, I'm moving, not going on vacation. They began unpacking Yin's things, but then Yin suddenly shouted and snatched something from Jungkook's hands. Why are you touching that? I'm helping you unpack. But you don't have to touch my bra. It's fine. I was curious. Plus, now I know your size. If I ever want to buy you one, I won't need to ask. What are you talking about? That's ridiculous. Don't forget, your mom said, don't let it break. Meaning I can do anything as long as it doesn't go too far. That's not what she meant. Think about it. Our parents were young once too. They know what happens when young people live together. That's why she said that, to imply we can do anything as long as it's not too much. You're such a pervert. Are you going to help me or not? Yes, I'll help. 1 hour later. Finally, after an hour, all of Yin's things were unpacked. The empty suitcases were stored away and her bedroom was neat and tidy. I'm so tired. Without caring that Jungkook was still in the bedroom, Yin collapsed onto the bed. Jungkook, standing by the wardrobe, chuckled, closed the wardrobe, and looked at her. Okay, I'll go make dinner. You can rest so you're not too tired. Yin mumbled something and started closing her eyes. Before Jungkook left the room, she called out, Jungkook, thank you for helping me and letting me stay here. No need to thank me. Nothing in this world is free. Yin quickly sat up on the edge of the bed, shocked by his words. So, what do you want from me? Nothing. I was just joking. But you should be prepared for what might happen when living with a guy. You're so annoying. Just rest now. I'll wake you up when dinner is ready. Jungkook left Yin's bedroom without closing the door, leaving it wide open. Yin, exhausted, lay down and soon fell asleep. 1 hour later, Jungkook finished cooking dinner and went to Yin's room. Seeing her sound asleep, he sat on the edge of the bed and gently patted her cheeks to wake her. Yin slowly opened her eyes. Dinner's ready, let's eat. Yin yawned and nodded, and they went to have dinner together. The next morning, Yin slept pretty well last night. Living in Jungkook's apartment wasn't as bad as she thought it would be. Now, she was in the kitchen, already in her school uniform. She grabbed 2 glasses and 2 bowls for breakfast with Jungkook. Her mom had told her she should help Jungkook out since he was kind enough to let her stay. What are you doing? Jungkook suddenly appeared, carrying his bag and jacket. He sat on a bar stool putting on his watch. His cologne filled the air, a scent Yin found quite pleasant. Though she also wore perfume, it was much softer compared to Jungkook's masculine fragrance. I'm pouring milk into the bowls. Just say you're making breakfast. By the way, is there enough Cocoa Crunch left? This is the last of it. There won't be any left for tomorrow. Okay, we'll have oatmeal for breakfast tomorrow. There's plenty of that. Yin nodded and brought the 2 bowls of Cocoa Crunch over. She sat next to Jungkook and they started eating breakfast. Yin swung her feet back and forth, sometimes brushing against Jungkook's legs. After school, I usually don't come straight home. I either play basketball or hang out with friends, so you'll have to get home by yourself. Huh? I used to always have a driver pick me up. Now you're just going to leave me? What if I get lost, kidnapped, or sold off? Besides, there are no buses that stop right in front of your apartment. I'd have to walk a long way to get here. I'm not telling you to take the bus. You can take a taxi. No way, I'm scared to take a taxi alone. Jungkook fell silent, and the only sounds were the clinking of their bowls and spoons. After finishing breakfast, they left the apartment and headed to the basement together. Jungkook was already on his big motorcycle, ready to go. He put a helmet on Yin and then cleaned her mouth with his thumb, making Yin freeze in surprise as she felt her lips being softly wiped by his finger. There was some leftover cocoa crunch here. Jungkook then pulled his hand back and told Yin to get on the motorcycle. Yin nodded slowly, still surprised by his gesture. Why are you going with Jungkook? Mina asked right as Yin sat down in front of her. The news of Jungkook and Yin coming together spread so quickly. If it wasn't for Jungkook and Yin, it wouldn't have been so crazy. What's the matter? Can't I go with Jungkook? Does Jungkook already have a girlfriend? Why are you asking back? It's a secret. Together, Mina and Yuju snorted. Besides being chatty, Yin was also a bit annoying. Yin just laughed at the irritated looks of her friends. Yin didn't want to talk about what she was experiencing yet. Suddenly, Yin's phone vibrated. She immediately checked her phone, which had vibrated several times, indicating that there was a message. We've all arrived in Bizen. Be good to Jungkook. Starting today, your pocket money will be transferred to Jungkook's account. Why to Jungkook, mom? What if Jungkook spends all my money and I end up hungry? So you don't buy random things if it's with Jungkook. Your money will be safe. I trust him. Fine then. Remember, don't let it break, Yin. Mom. Just as her last message was sent, the bell rang. Yin was very upset because her allowance was now with Jungkook. Her mom really knew her habit of buying things she found interesting, even if they were useless. Don't let it break? What does she think I'm going to do with Jungkook? After school. Eventually, Yin joined Jungkook's friends at a cafe near the school. It was her first time, feeling uncomfortable being the only girl there. Yin sat somewhat away from Jungkook, quietly observing the guys as they smoked, ate, played games, and chatted. She knew Jungkook didn't smoke, and he was busy gaming with his friends. Several of them teased and glanced at her. Yin was aware of her popularity in school, but she disliked being looked at with such suggestive stares. Finally, feeling truly uneasy, Yin scooted closer to Jungkook until their arms touched. She fanned around her face to avoid the cigarette smoke. Hey, if you're smoking, keep your distance from Yin, Jungkook said abruptly, without taking his eyes off his phone screen. Who is she to you? Jungkook. Curious about her, aren't you? Is she your girlfriend? Jungkook muttered, surprising his friends including Yin. That's right. So, watch yourselves around her. Cheers and teasing whistles followed Jungkook's words. Yin tried to calm her racing heart and hide the blush on her cheeks as she lowered her head. You're unusually quiet. If I complain, it's wrong. If I stay quiet, it's still wrong. Are you hungry? What do you want to eat? Jungkook shifted slightly, looking at Yin, who glanced at him briefly before looking away. Why are you being nice? Trying to show off in front of your friends? Well, I am nice. If I wasn't, I wouldn't be taking care of you. Quick. Want something to eat? Did you already have lunch at the school canteen? I already ate. I just want a chocolate drink now. Wait here. I'll order. Just as Jungkook was about to get up, Yin tightly hugged one of his arms. Hey, don't go. You know I'm uncomfortable. It's cruel of you to leave me. Forget the drink. I don't need to order anything. Oh, come on. They're your friends too, right? Bam Bam is in your class. Jaehyun, Yugeum. I don't like them. They're lewd, always watching adult movies behind the classroom. So you think I'm not like that? Jungkook leaned closer, causing Yin to unconsciously hold her breath, still embracing his arm.
Take me back to a place where I felt at home. Take me back to a day when we weren't alone. Take me back to an age when the world felt small. Way back before we blew it all.